Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. We have returned to Narshe and we finally get a chance to see what Terra and the others are up to again. Ah, finally. Hey, look, you've got a couple of friends. Conversationalist. Hell of a way to convince him. Well, that argument there I'm not quite sure applies because Terra was a soldier not by choice. She had the controller crown on her head, whereas Celes here willingly went along with it up to a point. The Empire cometh! We better goeth. I figured they'd be after the Esper. Lovely gift. I'm not quite sure she thinks so. That was an inappropriate question. Oh, Didn't realize I was in control of that now. Oh, we're can swap our characters out. Save point. Not that I really need to do this, but whatever. Okay, we're gonna go and do this now. Prepared? Okay, save the Esper from Kefka. Need some info? Well, no, not really. Because what we're going to be doing here is pretty much the same thing that happened when we were escaping Narshe with Locke and Terra. And the difference is we're going to have a lot more characters. And we're going to be organizing them ourselves into 3 separate groups of varying sizes from 1 to 4 people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to form, my strategy here is to form 1 extremely powerful party using my most powerful members. The people I can figure can do the most damage to a boss in a short order time. So I'll bring Terra. I'll bring Seelies. Both of my magic users also want high attack power, so say Cyan, he can use his sword techniques, and I have an option of Edgar or Sabin, my 2 good choices. Edgar is better, maybe not for the boss battle itself, but the approach for the boss battle, so I'm going to put him in there. Then I'm going to take my other 2 characters and my other 3 characters and just organize them pretty much at random into another group of parties. And the reason why is because I'm not really planning on using them. I hope I don't have to use them. I'm just going to move forward as quickly as I can, hoping I don't have to. Okay, Kefka is down there. Can't really tell, but he's supposed to look like a clown. There's violence things. There are a lot of guys coming our way. So quickly take your main party and move them as far south as you can. You may get into a fight or 2 along the way. But this should be easy. Just do your damage. That's what I have Edgar here for, the auto crossbow. Take these guys out as quickly as they can. I've forgotten to upgrade the armor that I picked up for these guys. This should do it. Now Kefka is after the Esper. The Empire is after the Esper that Narshe had, and they found it in their mine, and then later moved it to the hills, I guess, to hide it. Oh, she's not even wearing armor. That's sad. Ah, better weapon. Sweet. Oh, I did buy that, didn't I? Oh, okay, now it should be much more effective. We're gonna get into a couple of fights. This guy, I probably didn't need to fight, but it's okay. Okay, with that armor, we're taking much less damage, much better. I was a little bit concerned. I looked at his numbers, didn't look right. Lots of damage. And we do have access to the inventory system between battles, so it's not like we're going to be... Ooh, Edgar gained levels. Okay, yeah. I'm going to hide for a minute as these guys move on up. Hopefully they'll move quick enough so I won't have to fight any of the other troopers with my other parties. Okay, we're good. Now we have free access. Take this guy out, kind of a sub-boss. Guy will do some crazy damage if you give him a chance, so take him out quick. Fire! One does fire, the other does ice, and he's down. Now we have free access to go south a little bit and fight Kefka. Boss battle time against Kefka. This guy will use magic, so be careful and use runic abilities to absorb his magic attacks. And have Terra primarily be a healer, but also do some damage if you think she needs to. Ah, jeez, that did not work in my favor. Oh, I'd forgotten that she is going to block any even healing abilities, so that kind of didn't work as well as I had hoped. Yeah, that worked. Oh, bolt. Here it goes. Damage. Crazy damage. Okay, I'm still going to use runic, but I'm going to have her heal by way of items instead. She absorbed that. That would have confused her, so she would have ended up attacking whoever the hell she felt like, or random people, so it would have been bad. But Kefka is primarily a magic attacker, so using the runic ability will ultimately be useful for us, negate most of his ability to damage. Oh jeez, I can't do magic either. Yeah. Miss. Sweet. See, this is where it pays off. That bolt attack would have done some crazy damage, and it heals her a little bit. So we're just going to keep doing this. Even if I can't use Terra for much of a healer or attacker, we're still better off. Perhaps I should have brought somebody other than Terra along. But in the end, it's not a big deal. We've essentially neutered Kefka here. So he's just going to take a lot of damage. The reason why he needs to do this, I didn't go over that too well earlier, was because working for the Empire needs these Espers, these ancient magical creatures, to make the Magitech weapons. This isn't just the Magitech armor that you see running around, but there's also people like Celes here who is infused with this power as a baby or something like that. So the more Espers that they find, the more they continue the production of their Magitech weapons, and the more they cement their power. Oh, forgot this. Oh, well, he just disappeared. Now all the other troopers disappeared. We didn't have to fight them. What you really do not want to do in that situation is to position your guys around like chess pieces and try to absorb the fights as they go, because that's a surefire way to get your ass kicked. I'm sure you can do it, but it's not the best way. Ah, there's the Esper. Don't touch it. Remember what happened to Vixen and Wedge. Oh! That's bad. Ah! Bad news, back up. Oh, what the hell?